This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. You can't even make this stuff up. You can't. In a world which is filled with obvious satanic symbolism, occult symbolism, then we hear all of the people who constantly are pointing blame at Christians because they link us to the Catholic Church and the Vatican and the pedophilia that is involved in that, when those of us who are awake are well aware of what the Vatican represents and the Catholic Church represents, the ceremonies and stuff that they perform in the occult, which are occult rituals. But nonetheless, I've covered this before. I've talked about fashion. I've talked about art and fashion. They're excuses for the Satanists to get away with what they want. And somebody passed this along to me a few hours ago, and I saw a face like the sun covered it as well. You have got to be kidding me with this. Get a load of this Fashion Week catwalk, which occurs inside of a Catholic church. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. You start off with the floor. What a surprise, right? I'm crazy because I talk about it in almost every video because it's in almost every video. It's in everything that we see. The black and white floor, the checkerboard floor. And people go, you're just looking for things now. Probably the most obvious Masonic symbol out there. You get these witches, these Satanists, these freaks who are apparently models, quote unquote, just another illusion of dreams they've created in this world where they go, you should strive to be a model. Every time somebody shows me a picture of a model, I agree with some of the channels out there who talk about trans being left and right and all over the place. These women look like freaks. They look like dudes. Get a load of this, wearing the black and white symbolism, right? You could see the spirals on her body or its body. You could see other satanic symbols. Hey, but it's just a fashion show, right? It's all in the name of art. You get somebody dressed up in a wedding gown. You can see right on this witch's forehead the upside down pentagram. You can see pentagrams all over the place. You can see relation to the seal of Satan, which I've covered on this channel, which is just yet another symbol that they use, running right down this dog's face. And these are models, folks. This is going on inside of a church. This is art, remember. But we're all crazy. We're lunatics. This is why it's time to start fighting back. This is why it's time to grab our swords. And our swords are our mouths. Our swords are the scripture. Our swords is the word. But pushing back against this crap. Look at this thing. Some type of vampire druid. Some man wearing lipstick, standing inside of this church here. You can see the all-seeing eye behind him. You see the serpents behind these people. We have a woman who has one of her breasts exposed. And you can see, of course, everybody's favorite freak show goat, the Baphomet, right behind her. But hey, we're all crazy, right? We're all making this stuff up. Look at this symbolism everywhere. And they call this art. They call this fashion. It's putrid. It's enough to make anyone want to vomit on themselves. Look at this, right on the black and white tile. I mean, how much more obvious can it get? They even have the two pillars on both sides of this runway. Look at the art behind them. All-seeing eyes, Baphomets. Unbelievable. You see two hands coming across the shake to make a Masonic handshake. Serpents everywhere. Oh my goodness. And then you see the all-seeing eye. And what else do you see? Oh my goodness, is that what we're supposed to believe is the Star of David? The Star of Israel? Oh, the occult wouldn't use that symbol, right? They're doing this, and this is what's funny about all this stuff when I talk about it constantly. And Christians are going, yeah, we're awake, we know all this stuff, but you got to stay off Israel. You're wrong about Israel. They only are using the symbol right there, showing you in plain sight who's behind it, who's responsible. You could see all of the Masonic symbology. You can see the compass behind these people, right? The Masonic compass, even with the G right in the middle, and the compass with the two pillars, the infinity sign, which I've covered over and over. These people believe they're infinite, that they're constantly having rebirth, that they can't be destroyed, they can't be stopped, all on the black and white tile. The all-seeing eye right in the middle. I mean, I've never seen so much blatant, not just blasphemy, but just absolute ridiculousness that this is going on in plain sight. This is going on inside of a church. And take aside your belief in the Catholic Church and the corruption in the Vatican. Take that aside. Look at it from the perspective of the common person who's sitting out there sound asleep, who sees videos like mine and many other channels' videos and just goes, oh, these people are crazy. Get constantly pointing at these same symbols over and over. How many videos do I have? I'm not even counting the ones I've had to delete because YouTube made me delete them, which show the repetition of the same symbols. How many doctors, how many people out there have discussed mind control and how repetition is the key? All of this stuff, and they still don't see it. The black and white floor. Oh, I guess this church is just a big fan. Plus they have the Masonic pillars. Oh, it's all in the name of art, right? Then get a load of this skank. Man, it's no big deal, right? Just has a pentagram drawn on her face. But this is supposed to be beauty and art. They look like they grabbed this woman and dragged her right out of a dumpster. And they go, oh, this is art. She's beautiful. She's a model. This dog. Let's paint a pentagram on her face. And people go, oh, how beautiful. How elegant. That's how stupid of a society we live in. A pentagram on her face. Walking on a runway, which is Masonic, with the Masonic tiles and pillars, with the Masonic compass behind her, with the all-seeing eye behind her, with the serpents behind her, with the infinity sign. It's just us, though, right? We're just losing our mind. We're crazy. Then you get another tramp, who I don't know what this thing is, with shaved, the side of her heads are shaved. I mean, this thing looks like it just came out of a factory somewhere. But, you know, obviously donning the Eye of Horus, right? But no, we're crazy. Again, we're nuts. Look underneath it in the caption. The outfit has a strong Egyptian feel with the eye makeup used and the symbols on her top. Get out of my face with this crap. You see how they use this stuff and they twist words to make it sound artistic? Oh, yes. It's an Egyptian feel that she's going for. She's got the Eye of Horus on her face. Okay, we don't even know if it's a woman. Let's be realistic. If this is a woman, then I don't know what women are anymore, because I don't know what this thing is. I'll tell you one thing. If I woke up next to it one day, this is how I'd feel. It's an absolute joke. It's a joke. And they show it off. They rub it on her face. Then you have other people, their hair designed as devil horns, wearing serpents on their clothes. They're all making faces, looking like they're demonically possessed. And these idiots in the front row just are snapping photos. Oh, it's so artsy. Person after person trying to represent the Baphomet. We get another thing out here, which is clearly a man, all done up with Baphomet horns on its head. We get a cue ball here with a shaved skull. All of this, I mean, this is going on inside of a church. We get sun worship. We get all of it, right? Gold leafing, like I constantly have been talking about. Upside down crosses drawn on their faces. One eyeball up, one eyeball down. Skull and bones, skeletons. But remember, they're doing this. They paid all this money to do this show so that they control A Call for an Uprising and other channels out there and other people who are Christian, who are awake and aware. They're doing it to troll us, right? That's the common thing they constantly say. Oh, man. When I do videos on, the music videos and the symbols, oh, they're just trolling you, man. Oh, right. They're putting all this money into it just to get under my skin. Oh, boy. Sure. They're showing you this in plain sight. This is the future of our world. It's the current reality of our world. I think I just named every single symbol I've ever exposed or that most people have any knowledge of in 10 photos from a fashion show that's occurring inside of a church. Not to mention that we have trannies walking the runway, men wearing skirts, Freemason symbology everywhere, people in the crowd wearing black and white deliberately. Let me just read to you some of the stuff it says, in the article. It's unbelievable. For the show on Monday night, They transformed St. Andrew's Church in London into a graphic runway. Fashion insiders lined the front row as models strutted their stuff down a checkerboard catwalk. The set was dominated by a towering backdrop packed with symbolism from tarot card imagery. Oh, right, from tarot cards. Right, and what would tarot cards be involved in? With witchcraft and sorcery and magic? No. It's just a psychic, right? You just go and you get your reading read. This person seems to know what your future holds, and everybody just buys it. Like the sheep that they are. Look at this abomination. And fashion, just like art, it's another way for them to get away with this stuff. Art and fashion go hand in hand. They launder money through these events, right? Look at the stuff that they wear at these fashion shows. It's like Kanye West's fashion show, all these fashion shows. Look what they're wearing. They don't sell this in stores. How do you think they're making money? You think they're really selling this? Someone's going to buy some of these outfits and wear it out going to Kmart? You're going to walk into the mall, going to KB Toys, and some mom's going to be dressed like this? I mean, get out of here if you think that. It's a show. It's a front. It's a mockery. And they launder money through these businesses. And why do you think they do that? Who do you think the money goes to? It's an absolute disgrace. If I was at this... If I happen to be walking the streets and seeing this, forget it. I'd be in prison. I'd be standing there yelling. Oh, I don't even know what I'd be doing, to be honest. I'm at a loss for words. A complete loss for words. I'm embarrassed. Every day I tell you I'm embarrassed to be alive. It just gets worse and worse. Because it just makes me sit here and think, how can people not see this? How can people be so dumb to go, oh, they're just trolling you? Yes, they're just trolling us. They put on a fashion show in London for millions of dollars, transformed this church just to troll some stupid YouTuber, a bunch of YouTubers who call themselves truthers, a bunch of Christians out there who are away. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Give me a break. The trumpets can't sound soon enough. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you.